Hey, yo. I'm Travis. This is Josh. And you're watching Dropping the Elbow, dude.
Ooh, yeah. Dig it.
We ain't got a limit, ballin' like a scrimmage. Pushing up and rented, and you know it's tinted. I'm just waiting on a call, cause we know you finished. Whole team about to get it like we want to pin it.
Welcome back to another episode of Dropping the Elbow, DTE. This is Josh. I'm Travis, and we want to say sorry, first of all. We didn't get an episode out there last week. It's just been really hectic.
There's a lot of changes.
There's a lot of things going on, man. Like, I'm in the process of moving, so it's going to...
Well, I was talking about how Dynamite's moving from Wednesdays
to
Saturdays,
yeah.
and, all that.
It's been on Saturday the past couple of weeks. I think next week it's actually going back to Wednesday. Let me sit closer to my mic. Maybe that'll help. So it's going back to Wednesday, I think, next week. It's been on Saturday the past couple weeks. But I'm just saying, as far as us not being able to put a video out there in the past week, it's because me personally got a lot going on. You guys don't care about that. You're here to listen about AEW stuff. So let's get into AEW this past week. It was on Saturday, again, like we said. First match kind of want to talk about was Bryan Danielson versus Dustin Rhodes.
Dustin Rhodes, I always want to call him Goldust.
I come so close to calling him Goldust every single time.
I mean, it was years he was Goldust. Yeah. So, the natural Dustin Rhodes versus Bryan Danielson, not Daniel Bryan.
Yes, I'm gonna be honest. I love Dustin Rhodes. I think we both love Dustin Rhodes. He's great. Yeah, but this past match, at least for me, in my opinion, he started off very slow out of the gate, I feel like, and then he kind of looked like he was a little winded and a little blown up, trying to keep up with Bryan Danielson. The match did pick up a little bit. Overall, I mean, a solid match, right? Overall, I thought it was good for what it was. It's part of the tournament, by the way. We didn't mention that. It's part of the AEW World Championship tournament, which, of course, Bryan Danielson advanced over Goldust, Dustin Rhodes. But yeah, it was a solid match. Nothing crazy.
No, it really wasn't anything crazy. I was gonna say that anyway. Is that that match? There was really nothing that really stood out.
Yeah,
it was just your basic match or something like that. They had their good spots, but it was nothing extra about that match. It was just plain simple. It was a good match. I'll say it's a good match. If I had to rate it out of 5 stars, probably 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's generous too. It was good. So we're probably not going to go in order here because we don't have anything written down. We got nothing here, so it's like I don't remember all the matches after one another. I do know the main event and I do know the first match, and I know Jungle Boy was in there at some point, pretty much calling out someone from the Elite. He was in the ring, and again, they don't play Adam Cole's song.
Yeah,
dude, how? This guy's the number one song in the Apple Metal charts. It's still number one. How do you not play his song?
But whenever he wins a match, they play it.
Yeah, but I mean, right now, you're trying to get people.
But that entrance when he comes out.
Yeah, dude, you're trying to get people accustomed to it.
You got the Bay-Bays, you got the boom.
I feel like they're missing some opportunities here. You got to play that song. Him coming out to interrupting Jungle Boy. Got to be playing that song.
You're all about the entrances.
Yeah, I mean, it is a big part of pro wrestling, whether we all like it or not. Yeah, obviously you love the wrestling aspect of wrestling, but part of pro wrestling is there is that sort of entertainment value there. Like there's the entrance, the pyro, the theatrics of everything, the drama of everything, and a guy with a song that great. And I mean, he is still technically pretty new to AEW. A lot of people who are hardcore fans know who Adam Cole is. But if you do have the casual viewer or somebody who's just checking out AEW for the first time, you want to associate songs with the people when they come out. So if someone hears a song, they're like, that's Adam Cole. I just feel like it's smart, especially since that song's so good and popular and everybody loves it. Why not play it more often? You know what I mean? Last week they didn't do it. They started out, I remember complaining last time. It wasn't last week. It was the last video we did. They started out with that big 10-man tag or whatever it was. And no entrances for anybody, not even just Adam Cole. Nobody got an entrance. And I complained about that, and no one cares about what I say. But I just, as a fan, I love that song. I love his entrance. I want to see it.
Yeah, rightfully so. Everyone does.
Not a big deal. I mean, it's not a big deal, but, kind of hoping to hear it. Another thing that happened, dude, we talked about this. We didn't know where Bobby Fish was going to fit.
Yeah,
in AEW.
I said it.
Yeah.
I was like... AEW signed Bobby Fish, and I was like, well, I really don't know where he would fit into this. Like, maybe he'll just do a whole bunch of dark, like, material, you know, like AEW Dark.
Yeah.
The ones that get televised on YouTube, not on cable TV.
Yeah.
That's what I thought Fish was going to be. I thought he was just going to be a guy that they just throw in there into some matches. But having this match, what's the guy's name again? Anthony Green?
Anthony Green.
Anthony Green. He has a match with Anthony Green. It was a pretty good match. Anthony Green also really underrated in my opinion.
It's the first I've seen of him.
I've seen him in some couple matches, and he's pretty good.
He looks like he's pretty good. Yeah.
But he faced Bobby Fish. It was a good match. Bobby Fish wins, but after he wins, he attacks Anthony Green, and to much my surprise, CM Punk comes out.
Yeah, I was actually shocked
to save Anthony Green.
Yeah.
And who's Anthony Green to CM Punk is what I'm thinking, but CM Punk came out to save him because where you see something wrong, he wants to fix it, I guess. So goes out there and saves Anthony Green, but leading on to the Bobby Fish thing, he's not just in any kind of like throwing people in there. They're throwing him in with CM Punk.
Yeah, let's go.
So he's gonna have some kind of a storyline with Punk and Fish as a heel. That's gonna be great.
I like it because yes, he's gonna be a heel, and he's also getting a singles run. You know, we're not used to seeing Fish by himself. If anybody watched NXT for what was it, the past 4 years or so, he was with Adam Cole and Undisputed Era, and so he was in a faction. So it is kind of cool to see him by himself. You know, I always thought the signing was a great signing, but again, I agreed with Josh. I didn't know where you're gonna put Bobby Fish in an already, packed roster. Like, that is a very heavy roster.
But the thing that gets me is that Bobby Fish has these matches, like say against Anthony Green, and he'll win. But like if it comes to like anyone like Jungle Boy or like Darby or something like that, like I think Bobby's gonna lose.
Yeah, I mean he could be here just to put over people. But at the same time, why are you going to be putting over CM Punk, somebody who doesn't need to get put over?
That's what I'm saying. So what's going to happen with this? I mean, Bobby's facing Punk, and Fish is just... he's not doing much.
Yeah, I don't know. And I don't understand, like you said, for some reason he comes out to save Anthony Green. I'm talking about CM Punk. Like, why, though? You know what I mean? I just feel like... Yeah, I mean, I feel like I have to say this every episode. Like, I love CM Punk, and I love that he's here in AEW. I love that he's back in pro wrestling. But some of the things that he's being put into just doesn't really make sense. And I guess some of it doesn't really need to make sense. Like, you don't always have to have a storyline. Like, if you just want to have a regular singles match or if you just want to have a match, that's fine. But I just feel like CM Punk right now, it's like he sees all of these options and he's just like, oh, I want to do that, and I want to do that, and I want to do that. And it's just like, I feel like he's just not really committing to one thing right now. It's like he's kind of just putting his hand in everything. And it's cool because I'm here for a Bobby Fish and CM Punk match or feud or whatever. But, and I had this conversation with someone the other day. Like, he said, yeah, well, Punk's really here just to put over the young guys. He wants to get in there with the young guys, which is fine. And it's actually smart, and it's great that he's doing that because the older guys, established guys want to give back, right? But, like,
I mean, Bobby's not young either.
No, he's not. But I'm saying, like, if you're going to work with a young guy and you want to establish the young guy, can we get, like, a meaningful feud with the young guy? You know what I mean?
I kind of get, like, it's maybe weird. I kind of get, like, some kind of, like, Goldberg vibes from this. Like, he just comes out and he calls out his opponent, and that's pretty much it. That's the beef that they have. I mean, Darby called out Punk, but, like...
Right.
But ever since then, he's just like, all right, I have another bone to pick with Team Taz, or I got another bone to pick with this guy. Like, he just keeps pointing at people and wrestling them. Like, I feel like when he was in the other company, he was basically just people had a problem with him almost, and they were calling him out. And, and I don't know. Dare I say that WWE booked Punk better so far?
Yeah. Yeah, well, when he got hot, right? You mean when he dropped the promo and all that kind of stuff? Yeah.
But even before then.
Yeah, well, he had a nice... I mean, who can forget that feud he had with Jeff Hardy in WWE?
Yeah, Hardy.
Or like the Straight Edge Society, which was an awesome faction. I think it didn't really last as long as it should have.
The Intercontinental Championship run.
I mean, it's still early. Punk is older. You know, I don't even know what his plans are. He said in interviews that he's not here to take crazy bumps. He's not here to wrestle every single week, which is definitely clear. We see it every week. He's either on commentary or there's an in-ring interview with him. And this week's a little different. He did a little run-in to save somebody. But my thing is, if he was cool with Darby and Sting, and this is going to bring us to our next segment, like, why wouldn't Punk come out and try to help Sting when Sting was getting a beatdown from MJF and Spears and Wardlow? You know what I mean? Darby's not here. And if Punk is cool with Sting, cool with Darby, and he actually had a little thing with them, like, why wouldn't he come and save Sting? But yet, no, I'm sorry. I'm just here to save Anthony Green. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. Some things just don't make sense. And I think that's one of AEW's problems sometimes. They kind of they throw anything at the wall almost and kind of just go with it.
There's really not much of a long term there with that relationship with Sting, Darby, and CM Punk.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
I guess if he was there, he would probably get stuck there. Like forever allies. So I guess just why not just let it go?
Yeah, and honestly, some people were missing from the show. Jericho, the whole Inner Circle, right? Except for Guevara.
Yeah, Guevara showed up.
Yeah, and Pride and Powerful were there. Santana Ortiz were there, weren't they? But some guys were missing. I mean, Jericho was not there. Cassidy wasn't there.
But still,
I think it's because the Jericho Cruise. I think they were on the Jericho Cruise.
Oh, yeah.
Which goes to show how deep AEW's roster goes.
I was just about to say that, which means that was still a pretty good show, and dude, you don't need those guys.
And you have big names on the show.
That's why I think I was saying it earlier, is that I really don't mind all the signings from AEW, because with all these signings, you could have people take some time off a week, and you can fill those people in for another week to still draw a crowd. That's why everyone's saying they're signing too many people. They can't book all of them all at once, and they can't make it. But, things aside from, this is what puts aside WWE from AEW, is that WWE is more, I feel like, is more title related. Like, if you have a title, you're in a storyline, and whoever you're facing in the title is in the storyline. But AEW, if you don't have a title and you're facing someone without a title, there's still a storyline there.
Yeah. Like
MJF and Darby. That's a rivalry that's going on right now, and no titles are involved.
Yeah,
but everyone's invested.
I like that. Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely invested in that.
So for this to happen, you don't need someone here for that week. You can put in Punk for this week, take Jericho out. It's working.
And I like it because AEW only has 4 pay-per-views a year basically. It's every 3 months or so. So that helps them. They are going to have to make more storylines without titles involved because of the amount of weeks in between a pay-per-view. You can't just always include just title matches. Plus, AEW doesn't have that many titles to begin with anyway. And as far as what you were saying about, man, where were we? I got all screwed up right now.
Someone not coming in every week.
Yes, that. Yeah. Because when this company first started, we had Jericho. Yep. And then Moxley came in, but it was the company had to rely so heavily on Jericho and Mox
to draw fans.
Yeah, and they couldn't miss a week. Jericho was there every single week, man, and they were talking about rumors of him taking time off to go tour with his band Fozzy, but he still stayed back. I mean, obviously COVID had a factor in that, but
his elbow injury.
His elbow injury, still wrestled through it. I mean, but now it's what Josh was just saying. It's you got Punk there now. You got Bryan Danielson there now.
Yep.
You got Adam Cole there now.
Adam Cole.
You got Christian Cage there now. I mean, you got
those
big
were
names.
big signings.
Omega, obviously, we're not excluding Omega. He's been there since day one. But I'm saying,
but those were big signings to help
huge names.
Because people who watch WWE, if they somewhat to come across AEW and they see Bryan Danielson, they see Adam Cole, and they like those guys, they're going to watch.
Of course, yeah.
Those are big signings, and they can still go, especially Adam Cole.
Oh, yeah.
Especially Adam Cole.
Yeah. I got high hopes for Adam Cole in AEW, and they did a backstage little interview with Cole, Omega, and the Young Bucks, and I remember I was watching with T, and I said to her, I was like, just looking at Adam Cole right here, he just looks like he's a big star. For some reason, to me, he just sticks out in the Elite.
He is.
You know what I mean? He actually looks like the leader of the Elite at times.
He could go toe-to-toe with Omega, any of those big dudes, and just fit right in.
I hope they go there. I hope they eventually have them face each other and one turns on the other. I hope that
What
happens.
I hope is that finally someone takes off. I'm thinking, this is what I think. I think Bryan Danielson's going to win this tournament.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to take that away from Omega. And then Adam Cole is probably going to face Bryan Danielson out of some kind of revenge for that title. That's what I want. But as speaking of tournaments, this TBS Championship tournament, the people that advanced so far, from what I'm getting, is that Jade Cargill is going to face Nyla Rose.
Yeah.
In the end.
Yeah. Oh, in the finals? You think that's what's going to be?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Jade is definitely going to be there in the end. I also think that Ruby is going to be there.
Ruby.
I haven't seen the bracket. I did see the bracket. I forgot how it maps out. Like, I don't even know if that match is even possible, the way it all lays out or whatever. But I know they have high hopes. We all know they have high hopes for Jade.
It's like I'm almost like 80%. No, I'd say 90% sure that Jade's gonna win that championship.
Yeah, she very well could. I remember when they first announced it. I was thinking like, yeah, that's got Jade all over her because Britt's too hot. You can't get it off Britt. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, you meant like
oh yeah, like she's like on her best. Like, this is the best she's been. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, you can't take the title off her.
And also, what's Jade doing? Really?
Exactly. Yeah.
Except for just squash matches, basically. Give her a title, make her, win with that, make it dominant.
Speaking of that tournament, Ruby Soho advanced in that tournament. She beat Penelope Ford. I always want to say Penelope Cruz every time I see her, and it bothers me. I have to like pause and catch myself before I say her name.
Yeah.
But yeah, she beat Penelope Ford on Dynamite to advance. And the thing, I feel like she's done this a couple times now, Ruby has. I feel like she's won on roll-up pins a couple times. I feel like she did that on the Bunny, and now she did it on Penelope. I could be wrong, but I feel like she's won a couple of her matches now by like a roll-up type of situation, which I find odd because Ruby comes in here and she wasn't legendary status in WWE, but she's obviously been around for a long time. She knows what she's doing in the ring, and I feel like she was incredibly underrated in WWE. And I feel like when you have someone come in there like Ruby, it already skyrocketed your women's division way more than what it was. So why is she winning matches with roll-up pins? And I don't know. I don't get it. But I do think if the bracket matches up the way I'm thinking it's going to match up, I do feel like it's going to be Jade and Ruby at the end. And I think Jade is going to beat Ruby for it. But they also could flip it the other way. Because
Ruby beats Jade and then they feud?
Yeah, because Ruby, was against Britt, and I actually thought Ruby was going to beat Britt for the title. Because, it's Ruby. She's great. She's one of, if not the best woman they have on that roster. I don't know if she's the best, but she's one of. So they didn't do that. And then when I saw that title, I was like, that's got to be either Jade or Ruby, in my opinion, that wins the TBS one.
Yeah.
And to go back to what you were saying about the men's tournament, I actually feel like Hangman's going to beat Omega at Full Gear in November. I feel like it's time. Hangman has been primed for a while now. He's been teased as he's over as hell. You hear the pops that guy gets. I feel like it's time now for a little bit of a change. I think Omega, in my opinion, has been the best AEW champion.
How many has there been?
Well, you had Jericho, you had Mox, and Mox had like the whole, even Mox with his undefeated streak pretty much. I still feel like Omega has had more meaningful rivalry matches.
He just added more to his reign.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Moxley just came out and basically just kicked ass and then he left.
You pretty much knew he was going to win.
But Omega, especially with the Elite with him, he's gotten all this heat. He's got Don Callis.
Yep.
He has all these promos that gets underneath everyone's skin. He adds more to his title reign rather than just kicking ass.
Exactly. Omega has been phenomenal. Great.
Entertaining, to say the least.
Yes, perfect. But I feel like now, let's do something different. Let's not hang on for too long. Let's give Page a shot because Adam Page he's been over for a while now. I feel like he's got his time to shine a little bit here.
I still don't know how I feel about Page.
You don't really care for him that much?
He's good.
Yeah.
He's good, but I don't know, he's good to where he is now. I feel like if he was champion, he would just be like another Moxley. There would be no charisma behind that. He did have some pretty good mic skills over the past few weeks, but
yeah, he has a couple good promos.
But it's I don't see him doing much with it,
I think because you remember when this company first started, it was Jericho versus Hangman to crown the first ever.
Yeah.
And obviously they went with Jericho for obvious, smart reasons.
Yeah.
But you could tell, even from an early stage.
They had high hopes for
Exactly,
Page,
and I still think they do. So I feel like, and because the crowd reaction,
he's got a family to feed now. He's got a little Hangman Page.
Hey. So I feel like it's going to happen. I feel like he's going to beat him for it. Should we move on to the Eddie Kingston and Lance Archer match?
I'm
also
so ready for this.
Yeah, also part of the tournament. Do you want to explain what happened here?
Sure. All right, so this is at the AEW World Championship Tournament. It was Lance Archer versus Eddie Kingston. To kick things off, Lance Archer comes out, and Eddie Kingston attacks him from behind during the entrance. Then they go on to face each other inside the ring. they start wrestling, and then it comes to a spot where Lance Archer goes on the top rope ready to give Eddie Kingston a moonsault. Luckily, it was planned for Eddie Kingston to move, but at the same time, Lance Archer goes up there at the top rope, and he does a backflip, but lands on the top of his head. I would say almost on the top of his forehead. Yeah, right on the ring mat. And
that was scary, man.
It was really scary to see. You could tell that the announcers are immediately.
I cringed so hard.
Yeah,
I remember like loudly. I was just like, oh, no.
I guess that's just another prime example of guys like that shouldn't be doing aerial attacks.
See, and I'm glad you brought that up because I saw some comments on like Facebook and stuff about that, and it's like I don't mind it though because it's like he can clearly do it. It's just a mess up. You know what I mean? Like for me, it's like if he lands it perfectly, no one says anything.
How often does he practice that?
He does a lot of these. Well, when he goes on the ropes and walks the ropes like Undertaker, and he does the, like Undertaker.
Undertaker shirt.
Yeah, like when he does but he does the backflip instead of the old school. You know what I mean? So I mean, he can do it. It's just it was just a mess up, a botch.
Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't look pretty to me when he does it. Other than that,
it's not pretty. It is not. No, I'll give you that. But he can do it though.
Yeah, but still, it's like that's a move that he could do without.
Yeah,
he could do without that. He's got plenty in his arsenal.
Yeah,
I don't mind him doing it. He could just do without it.
And like he's a big dude, he can be in there big booting and throwing people around,
doing the choke slam. He does, yeah.
But that just adds it. That makes him stand out from other big guys.
I guess so.
Yeah, it's like when Braun Strowman hits a drop kick.
Yeah, the front drop kick.
No big guys hitting drop kicks like that. So it's a good way to stand out.
But what I was gonna say, yeah. So he missed the moonsault, landing on top of his head, and right from you can already tell Lance Archer's in bad shape.
Yep.
He gets up on one knee, then he rolls out of the ring. The ref goes and talks to him. So does the medic. Medic comes out, talks to him, and then I guess that's when they decided how it was gonna finish.
Yeah,
because Lance Archer rolls back in the ring in that position so easily, so Eddie Kingston can roll over him, do a little schoolboy roll up, and wins the match.
Yeah, and I really feel like Archer was supposed to win that match.
I think so too. Yeah, I think Archer was going to win.
Call a little last minute thing, but hey, now we're gonna get Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson next week on Rampage. I think.
Feel like that's going to be really brutal.
Yeah, but
like in a good way.
Yeah.
Like they're going to be like hitting each other.
Yeah, I'm here for that. Want to talk about real quick Dante Martin and Lio Rush? Do you have any thoughts on that?
It's I like the idea.
Yeah.
I like that tag team. But for the fact that like Dante always looks like he's being scolded, he'd be like Lio Rush is like telling him what to do, almost like a girlfriend who's wearing the pants in the relationship. Yeah, we're gonna be in a tag team.
Accurate.
We're gonna face these guys. You're gonna learn. Like, I don't see that going far. It'd be cool. Like if Dante, why Lio Rush is a heel, isn't he?
Yeah, but I think they're teasing Dante to go heel.
Yeah, but why?
I don't know.
You know how over he was as a face? That's why it's getting me too.
I know.
I mean, Dante, if anything, he should like real quick, don't let this ride out. Like maybe do a couple matches with Lio and then turn on Lio.
Yeah, I agree. If you're going to have him do this, don't drag it on for too long.
Because he was over with a crowd. Everyone notices it.
And his moveset is more like for a babyface.
Yeah.
He's high flying. You don't see a lot of heels do that kind of stuff. And everybody pops and goes nuts for it. They had that backstage interview. Right? Yeah. I forgot with who. Shivani, maybe? I forgot who. But they were being interviewed backstage. And I remember Dante Martin had something to say real quick. It was really quick.
Mm-hmm.
And Lio Rush did most of the talking. And I remember I mentioned I was watching with T. She looked at me. She's like, why do you think they put Lio with him?
Probably because of mouthpiece.
Yeah, and after he talked, I was like, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Dante Martin is still really young. And he definitely has room to grow in like the promo department. He's good in the ring. Obviously, he could still use more seasoning in the ring. But you are putting Lio here as sort of like a mentor, kind of, you know?
Yeah, I don't mind that being as a mouthpiece. I don't mind.
No,
it's just
I like Lio Rush, dude. A lot of people give him shit, but I like him.
Yeah, I love Lio Rush.
Yeah.
But like, if he was a face, it would make more sense to me. Like if people were cheering him, if he played as a face, then it would make sense to me. Make him as a mouthpiece.
Yeah. Just think about the feud that they could have, Lio Rush and Dante. That's going to be some good matches.
That'd be a good match.
Those are going to be really good. Last thing we can touch on here, the main event. Cody Rhodes versus Malachi Black. A little bit of a mixed bag of emotions for me here on this one. To part of me, I don't want Malachi Black to lose to just anybody. And I felt like he's one of those guys, sort of, I thought the Bray Wyatt treatment should have had where, the Fiend at least. To me, the Fiend shouldn't have lost a match, or he should have gone on a very long run where he never lost a match for a long time. And I see that the same way I see Malakai Black. I feel like Black shouldn't really be losing matches. You know what I mean? He comes in here, and you just look at him, you could tell right away this dude is a serious deal in AEW. Like, Malakai Black has been amazing. And he should
Lights out.
Lights out, exactly. Yes, but you kind of had the sense, this is the third time they're fighting, and you had Arn with these backstage segments trying to hype up Cody, the training sessions, the smacking him in the face, the showing up at his house. I mean, you just had a feeling Cody was gonna pull one out here, and I'm not mad at the result. I don't hate the result, but. Can we just make sure Malakai Black is not really losing too many matches here? I'm okay with this, I guess, but I felt like it could have benefited someone more than Cody. You know what I mean? Somebody else other than Cody. Because what's Cody gonna do?
Dante.
From here? Yeah. What's Cody gonna do from here?
Yeah.
Like, is Cody gonna go behind the scenes and work and not show up on camera? Then what was the loss for? Why did we need to make Malakai lose? You know what I mean? If we're gonna go somewhere with it, then go somewhere with it. Don't just have Malakai lose and then Cody disappears and then Malakai keeps continuing on. Like, it just doesn't make sense. They don't have to feud, but at least do something with Cody after that very big win against Malakai Black. That's what I think.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are just like, I was on social media and I see after the match result and I've seen a bunch of posts like why is Cody Rhodes winning and all that, but he needs to turn heel. But it seems like, this guy just can't win a match anymore?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because every time he wins, we just think that he's burying everyone?
I don't know where all the heat comes from.
He can't face anyone.
Yeah.
Everyone in AEW is young. If he faces anyone like that, like Omega or something like that, then I think they would still hate it.
Yeah.
It's like they just don't want Cody to win. Unless Cody turns heel and wins, that's the only time they'll be okay with it.
I want to ask you, do you know where all of this hate for Cody Rhodes has come from? Because I don't. I don't understand it. I would love to know. So if you know, if you're watching this and you know, please comment on this video. Let us know, why does he get all of this hate all of a sudden? Because I remember for a while he wasn't. And then all of a sudden something switched where people just don't want him to win anything.
Yeah. I don't know. It might be, I don't know.
I still like Cody.
People probably think he's like too corporate. Or something like that.
Yeah, or he thinks he's like a bigger deal than what he is.
Yeah, maybe it's the way he pulls himself.
I mean, he comes out from the freaking ground.
Yeah,
he's got the most elaborate entrance.
He has his entrance that opens up. He comes out, the smoke, the pyro.
Damn, you know what? Maybe I do hate him.
Comes out with Arn Anderson, the legend.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Let us know if you know what, or you're
just let us know
an idea
what you hate about Cody Rhodes, because we know anyone who watches this does not like Cody Rhodes. Just let them know in the comments why do you hate Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. Speaking of that, though, the comments. We've had a lot of good comments from you guys in the past few videos of these dropping the elbow videos. Very cool to see. We're new to the whole YouTube game, and I'm not used to at least getting comments on videos of things I post and getting subscribers and stuff like that. So it's been really cool doing this for you guys, and I love doing this, and we're gonna do more of it. So make sure you keep checking out every single week. Josh drinks his caramel. What is it?
Mocha.
Caramel mocha latte.
Frap.
I don't know. It's
Frap?
Something like that. Frap. Yeah. It's really sweet.
It's really good. It's really sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, just give us more comments if you'd like. Subscribe, like the channel, like the video. Let people know. The more likes we get on this video, the more it reaches other people, and we can just have a big community here on Dropping the Elbow. I think it's a great way to connect with a lot of wrestling fans all over, because there are crap tons of wrestling fans all over.
I'm just waiting for our Wicked Bitter movement.
Let's go. Let's start the Wicked Bitter movement, man. You can be a part of it, and we want you to be a part of it. Join us during this whole thing, man. It's cool. We're going to all grow together, support one another, and maybe we can try to find ways to get all together at some point doing some stuff, like live shows or something. That'd be sweet. That'd be awesome. I'd love that.
So what you going to do, brother?
Yeah.
When you hit that like button, dude, and you comment in the sections and you subscribe, brother.
Oof. That was beautiful. Hey.
That's what I got.
Until next time, man. We love you guys. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think about everything. Things you like, you didn't like, whatever. Just anything you want. It's free, open range down there, man. Everybody, whatever you want to do. Just keep the hate out of the comments. We don't want that. Don't attack one another. Just keep it positive, man. We'll see you guys next week on another episode of Dropping the Elbow DTE. Should we do the Britt Baker DTE? DTE?
DTE.
Or is that just copying her?
We can do it.
Yeah, let's just do it.
DTE.
I don't know if I like it. Maybe not.
I like it.
Okay. We'll see you guys next time.